Now the debates in the capitals of the West mainly go around how to end this war in such a way so for Ukraine to be secure for its future and not to be attacked by Russia in the next 3 or 5 years or so, and how much land Ukraine is going to or can regain. So please explain why the returning of territories is so important for Ukraine. I mean, the authorities keep on talking. I can understand that, but can you explain for our audience, maybe, the people some do not understand? Like we, in Ukraine, people want not just to return to some borders of 1991, but they want whole of the territory occupied by Russia back, including Crimea and all of the Donetsk and Lugansk and everything. Is that the right approach?
Borders of 1991, it's all they had before 2014, before the Russia occupied Crimea. Now they, we can call it Ukrainian propaganda, but it's a state of mind. They look at this as war of independence, war of liberation. So they want all their territories back because I don't think that Ukrainian leadership look at World War II scenario like Ukrainian army marching to Moscow, to Kremlin. That doesn't seem possible, but at least they want to have back all the territories that they think rightfully theirs. So that theoretically speaking, it's possible, but now we don't see it practical in the nearest future. So they have to reassess themselves. Maybe they will be forced by the West to meet in the middle, go to negotiation, because the West have very simple leverage on the Ukrainian leadership is weapon supply. They can simply supply less weapons, so Ukrainian victory simply would not be possible. So Ukrainian president, Ukrainian government will have to go to negotiations, but now they officially banned all the negotiation with Russia, but developments on the battlefield may be such that it will force on them the decisions that they don't want now. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. The tension between European defense ministries and production companies resolves around the obvious issue. Even as orders start to pile in, the fear in the industry is that it could expand production only to find that when new facilities open in 3 or 5 years, there is no demand anymore. So governments have backtracked on plans before, and many European capitals have repeatedly failed to meet NATO targets on stockpiling or the pledge to spend at least 2% of gross domestic product on defense. In Israel, it is 5% of GDP. Is that right?
And recently, yes, it's around 4%, 5%, something like that. But the main difference, Israel is not in NATO. They have Israel has defensive relations with the United States, but it has to rely only on itself in the war. So they don't that. Advantage and disadvantage of NATO. Advantage is that they have a collective umbrella. The disadvantage is that many countries think that the other guy will do the work and we just sit under the umbrella. Israel doesn't have this luxus. Israel is alone, so Israel has to
survive,
deal with by itself.
Yeah, well, the Israel is at a constant war for half a century, for 50 years almost. Isn't that true? What is it like to live in a country that is in a constant danger, in a constant challenge?
Israel has Israel government declared a state of emergency in 1948, and it has it since. So even juridically speaking, Israel always had a state of emergency, state of war. We can say that three generations of Israelis already got used to it, but if we talk about readiness of the armed forces, of the military industries and such that, Israel never had such thing as Europe after the end of the Cold War, that there will be no more wars. That was a brief period in the 90s when some of the Israelis thought that we can have peace with Palestinians and maybe there won't be war. But
right. Well, I mean, I have friends living in Israel, so I know that this is a normal scene when you see a military guy or walking with weapons and rifles. It's normal. I mean, it happens every time, every day. Everyone gets in. My friends in Ukraine saying that they already got used to this also. And I wanted to ask you a personal, more or less personal question, if I might. You said that there was a brief period in history that Israelis believed that there might be a peace with Palestinians in any way. Do you think it is possible, in general or in particular? Is it even possible? There's a reason to think about it as about the possibility?
As we look at the situation now and we know what happened after the 90s, I don't see a real chance for peace in the nearest future. As we can see, maybe someday, some distant future that we cannot even imagine now, maybe yes, but for practical purposes, I would say that in the nearest future, peace is not possible. Simply the war will take different forms. That maybe some all-out war, and after that period of more limited warfare, mainly terrorist acts. But peace, as we understand this word, I don't see it realistic in the nearest future.
Thank you for your answer, David. In a number of cases, Western politicians still give weapons to Ukraine, even against the opinion of their own military. Not because their military is hostile in any way to Ukraine, no. They just have their own standards for ensuring defense capability. It is their direct responsibility, after all. And they say, supporting Ukraine is a great idea, but first decide how you will replenish our own arsenals and equipment and fleet. So what is more effective, David? What do you think? To reduce your own defense capability and give out ammunition and weapons to Ukraine to win, or wait now and then fight future very possible Russian invasions?
That is the main problem that collective West have to deal. So, the problem is that any expert can give an answer whatever he wants, but who decides is the political leaders in the USA and Europe. This is the biggest question. In Europe, many countries gave, if we're talking about percent, that gave a very large amount of their weapons, their stocks to Ukraine, and now where they really came to the threshold that they really have to think what they will do tomorrow if the war comes. And the problem is that we don't see, at least for now, that military industries in the West also put on war state of mind and don't have such amount of long-time contracts that will... production is just doesn't grow as fast as it should, and this is also the situation in USA. So at least for 1, 2, 3 years from now, I personally don't see that Western military industries will produce enough such hours as it going.
3 years
now.
from now, and no production to the level necessary to fight possible future invasions? Like
maybe in 3 years, yes, but it depends on how the Russian-Ukrainian war will go on. If it will stop tomorrow, so they can, so the Western countries may concentrate of putting back their stocks and so on. But if the war will go in such a way as it going now, so for now, West spends in Ukraine more ammunition that it produces. So all depends on how this war is going to end and when. Is it going to end? For now on, all that will be produced will go to Ukraine. They simply don't have enough for that and for this at the same time. That is the main problem now.